did you guys come in?
Go ahead, you got it.
How did you guys come about making a fan film?
I asked him.
uh, like even when we were like a little bit, when we were younger or something, like when we kind of first met, we first started thinking about like, oh hey, it'd be cool if we made like our own Spider-Man like thing, like our own Spider-Man show. It started out with live action, which sucked.
I mean,
But,
we had
like,
some good shots here and there, but like,
yeah,
ultimately fell through after the first scene that we recorded. We didn't even have a solid script, so that wasn't gonna work out. And then I think I came up with the idea for Antidote a couple months ago. There was 2 drafts to the plot. The second draft is what we went with, but the first draft was like a love triangle between Peter and Mary Jane, Gwen, and Peter, and then Connor's being a side plot. That didn't work out, so we scratched it and we went, all right, what could be more personal? And so I went into me. I have so many projects deep inside where I like there's a lot of things that fall through and I can't really make it, and I hope to just make them in the future. So what happened is like I'm gonna turn that, and that be the plot for Spider-Man Antidote.
So it's almost gonna be a love triangle. That's insane. And then you guys have done live action, like you've said, right? I feel like usually with, like when everyone dips their toes in like live action fan films, they're never always like good. Even like with writing, because I'm a writer and my first drafts are all terrible as they are, and even my old videos on YouTube. No one starts off like, oh, I'm gonna be amazing. Everyone starts off different in their own ways. But the fact that you guys are gonna be doing an animated fan film, it's like a very niche, small market. But it's very good and it's rare, just because the fan film genre as a whole has always been dominated by like live action. And how do you guys feel about just making this being an animated fan film versus the live action?
That I enjoy, not really enjoying fan films. I watch some fan films, and the longest pattern I see is that the fight scenes aren't really that refined. I'm sorry, guys. It's just true. It's But with animation, you can really push the boundaries of what you can make into a fight, and you can, and with the color schemes and stuff, you can add that extra emotion to scenes, and add some extra lighting and stuff, and it all into a perfect package. You know, like you can chime in on that, Grayson.
I mean, like doing animated for me, like I like it being animated more than doing live action, because now when we did the live action, afterwards I was like insanely sore from all the random garbage we did. And now with animation, I just need to lock myself in my closet, open Audacity, and record some lines. That's all I got to do now, and it's way better than doing what we used to do.
I mean, animated Spideys are our personal favorite Spideys. I mean, Spectacular Spider-Man is what me and him grew up with.
Oh, dude, that's
it's my favorite Spider-Man.
I think Spectacular is one of the best out there. Like for me personally, like I love it, but I'm gonna be a boomer and I'm gonna have to say the '90s animated series for me, man. Christopher Daniel.
That's fair. Yeah, I like the.
That's honestly really fair.
What's the process like for voice acting? Do you find it like difficult or easy? Like for each recording that you take for certain characters, how many takes do you have to go through in order to you're like, yeah, this is the right pitch. This is what I'm gonna go with.
So the first part of the question, like for how voice acting was, I've always been doing like certain voices. So like if someone needed a certain type of voice, I was normally the first person they would call.
Yeah.
He used to be able to do a sales impression, but he can't anymore.
Yeah. But with how many takes I can do, if I'm like fully into the character and I know what's going on, I know what I need to do and everything, it normally takes about 1 or 2 takes. But if Cain will like send me something that he just wants me to quickly voice act, it'll sometimes take me like 12.
So it's kind of like that scene in Breaking Bad, like you're done when I say you're done.
Yeah, kind of.
I can just picture Cain just like just with like, hey, reread these lines, say it this way.
Reread.
How long have you guys been animating into all this? I know that everyone starts off like in their own ways, but how long have you been animating?
Well, Cain is the animator. I'm just like a voice actor, but I did used to make like.
Well, you do animate. You have been making animations for a bit.
Yeah, back when I first back when I first like actually got my phone or something. No, this was before I even got my phone. I was making little stick figure animations as a pastime, and obviously it was just mainly Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever I was into, it was eventually going to be a stick figure animation.
Yeah. See, I started animating in the 6th grade. I was a storytime animator, and then I grew tired of that, and so I moved on to skits, jokes, whatever. Just kind of grew from there, and to the point where like I wanted to start writing, and so I wrote a bunch of scripts. Originally, I had an idea to make a comedy series, and I still plan on making this because these are my prized possessions that I've made. There's this comedy series that I've always wanted to make called The Double Dummies, and it's I grew in love with writing since I made those first few pilots.
How did you go from making all your short animations to now doing Spider-Man animations as well?
I wouldn't say I'm specifically a Spider-Man channel because I try to not be, but then like if I have a idea in my head, I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
It's just that the short animations were just something I can do. Listen, I hate school. I hate it with a dying passion.
Oh no, dude, I understand you. Trust me.
Doesn't everyone?
Yeah, I'm going back to college soon, and I'm gonna be in a lot of pain.
Oh.
I come home, and I guess animating is just kind of a pastime for me. And I've always been in love with storytelling. Like I've never really I've never really realized it till now, but like I've always wanted to tell stories.
If you like this short clip, I advise you guys to go watch the rest of the interview because you don't want to sleep on the interview between both me, Cain, and Greyson. And I should have said between the 3 of us instead of between both. I just realized how dorky I sounded right there. I'm bad with my grammar, so leave me alone. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this short clip, I, again, advise you guys to go watch the rest of the interview between the 3 of us because we not only talk up a storm about Spider-Man Antidote, but their projects before, leading up to the build-up of Spider-Man Antidote, the projects and media we love, whether it's Spider-Man or just editing, animating, and writing. These guys are cooking up something, and it's cooking up something special and good. And while you're at it as well, go watch the rest of my interviews, like with the likes of Brandon Mello, even Mike DeGrazia, and the other ones that I've done, because your boy is still upgrading and he is still expanding on his character. I'm character building here, guys, alright? You know, moving up in life. Still not tall enough, though. I hate being a short king. I just feel like Lord Farquaad over here. I'm rambling on too much now. But stay tuned and be aware of the newest interview coming to you soon, that being Mirror Brother Productions, where we talk about Ben Reilly, Fear the Dark.